Hello, class. I noticed that several people still have not turned in the dictionary exercises. Therefore, I'd like to make a video kind of just going through those things. It really kind of comes down to these ideas right here. Like, how do you add a value, key value pair into a dictionary? How do you remove something from a dictionary? How do you change the value in a dictionary? How do you check to see if a key is in the dictionary? So that would just be using the keyword in and then whatever you're looking for, right? And then the dictionary name dot keys returns the keys. Dictionary name dot values returns the values, and the length function returns the length of the dictionary. And then this is how you return the value associated with key. Say the dictionary has like C as a key and 4 as a value. If you want to see 4, you would say the dictionary names and then index C, and you'll get the 4 back, right? So it kind of all comes down to that. So here we go. So a lot of these things are kind of borrowed from Java and Java Coding Bat, because in Coding Bat they actually have a sort of a dictionary section for Java, but not for Python. So unfortunately, not that way. In Java, though, the dictionary is the idea of dictionary is called mapping. So you see all the reference to map, right? So here we're doing modify return the given dictionary. For this problem, the dictionary may or may not contain the A and B keys. If both keys are present, append their two string values together and store them under the result AB. Okay, so only if they're there will we sort of add a new key. So in the first example, you see that A and B are both there. A and B are still in the result along with the key AB, right? So yeah, A is there, B is there, and the key AB is there. If there's only A, if there's only B, then nothing's going to change, right? So that's pretty straightforward. Notice here that the parameter is a dictionary, right? The parameter is a dictionary. So this is how you might set it up. Something you might set it up is you might, did I copy this? This is def map AB, right? And this is like dict1 in there or something. So that'd be a good way to set it up. And then dict1 is the dictionary you're working with, right? And you're looking to see if both the key A and B are in the dictionary. So here's what you cannot do. You cannot say if A and B in dict1, right? That does not work. Although Python is very readable, very English-like, this idea does not work because what happens is this left side just always evaluates as true and doesn't really check the condition you're looking for. So in order to have it check each condition, you have to write a full expression on both sides of the equal sign, right? So this is what we're doing here. If and only if they're both in there, do we want to put a key in the dictionary, which is AB, right? And we want the value of that key to be what the value of key A is plus the value of key B. And maybe you didn't understand, like that's what they meant. You know, maybe that's things you didn't understand, that's what they meant, right? That's what they meant. So how do we test this? How do we test this? Let's go back here, look at the test cases. I could grab this test case right here, boom. What happens in my code? And I would call the function, right? Now that's, oh, I didn't return my dictionary. Okay, so that is going to call the function, but I'm not going to see anything unless I print out the function call. So let's see what happens. And sure enough, I did get the extra key, AB, with either in it. It's okay that they're not in the correct order or the order that you see in the example. You know, alphabetizing the keys doesn't really matter because we don't look by location in keys, we look by the key value. So anywho's, yeah, that one worked. I mean, to really be safe, you might want to try one where where there's not both keys and see what happens, like this one. And sure enough, in that case, we don't get the new key value pair. We just have what was there originally. Now, what some people did is they kind of just did everything on one file, and they would go something like this maybe, and just keep like sort of, it's like almost a window shade where you can kind of keep peeling back the window shade as you go. All right, so let's see this one. Given a dictionary of food keys and topping values, modifier return if the key ice cream is present. Oh, here we are again, looking to see if a key is present. We just did that, right? Set its value to cherry. In all cases, set the key bread to have the value butter. So that seems pretty straightforward to me. So once again, I'm looking to see if the key ice cream is present. What's the name of this function? Topping one. So to see if ice cream is present as a key, I would say, is it in the dictionary, right? Because, and by the way, this and this evaluate the same. Like when you just say, is it in the dictionary, it checks to see if it's in the keys of the dictionary. So that's really the same thing. So then what we're going to do is we're going to set the value of this to be cherry. And this says in all cases, so this is not an else, in all cases set the key bread to have the value butter, I believe. And then we will return the dictionary. And once again, I want to check out, see if this works. How about we go? All right, so I believe I have copied 3 test cases. I'm going to run this, and what is it? What happened here? Oh, I got like 2 things. Okay. So when I ran the first one, I get ice cream cherry, right? Bread butter. When I run the second one, I get pancake syrup, bread butter, and the last one I get bread butter. So in all cases, I get bread butter, and in the case where ice cream's in there, I change the value to cherry. Okay, so that works. That works. So far, what's the big deal? I mean, the big deal to me is, well, the first one we had to actually know how to get the value back from the key, because we're going to take those values and add them together. We also did check to see if values were in the dictionary. Then we had to be able to set a new value to something, like, so we had to say dict1 AB is equal to something. And then some of the same stuff, I think, in the second one, right? If you really did all these and you really started to get them, I think you felt like you were doing a lot of the same stuff over and over, just in different ways almost. So again, if I'm kind of going with this vibe here, I could just kind of move my window shade down, and now that's not going to affect anything. Modify return to if the key potato has a value, set that value. So how do you know if the key potato has a value? I mean, I guess you could have a none value, but I mean, I don't think that's what we're really talking about. I mean, I think what they mean is potato in the dictionary? Because even if it has a none value, I mean, I suppose you could say that's a value. I don't know. Set that as the value for the key fries. Oh, if the key salad has a value, set that as the value for the key spinach. yeah, once again, I just think we're looking for those things and then setting the other key to have that value. Now, the other key may or may not be there, right? But it's the same thing, right? Putting a new key value pair in is really no different than changing the value for a key that's already there. It's actually the same kind of look. So I'm actually just copying and pasting the last function here. Be careful with this kind of thing, but I kind of already know what I'm looking for. So am I looking for ice cream? No, I'm not looking for ice cream. I'm looking for potato, right? Potato. And if potato is in there, what I'm going to do, so if potato's in there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the value for fries. So for fries, to be whatever the value that's associated with the key potato. And so the way you get the value associated with the key potato is you say dict1 potato. Boom. And guess what? It's really a little bit of the same with the second one. So the second one we're looking for salad and then setting that to spinach, right? So how about if salad is in the dictionary, then let's set spinach to be whatever the well, we can't have nice things, but that looks really good to me. Looks real good. Looks real good. Here, I'm gonna take these two guys. And instead of calling topping 1, I'm calling topping 3. And let's grab some test cases here. So I'm going to grab potato ketchup. Grab potato butter. Why would do that? It's the same thing. About salad, oil, and potato ketchup. Can't have nice things. All right. So what do you think? What do you think? It looks like the right test cases. Boom. We run it. And of course, oh yeah, I got like a double one here. All right, try again. And look what we got. Look what we got. Potato ketchup, fries ketchup, potato butter, fries butter, salad oil, potato ketchup, and then gives me fries ketchup and spinach oil, which looks all good. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we do. It's kind of what we do. Just kind of keep going through it that way. If the keys in your both dictionary have equal values, remove them both. That's a lot of if, right? So first of all, the keys A and B both have to be in the dictionary, and they have to have equal values, and then we will remove them both. Okay. So I'm going to move this thing down. Now, first things I'm checking to see if both keys A and B are in the dictionary. Well, you know what? I feel like I did that right here, didn't I? Didn't I do it right there? So I'm just going to grab that real quick. In fact, this is called map AB2. So map AB2. So the first thing I'm doing is just checking to see if both the keys are in the dictionary. Boom, they are. Now I'm going to check to see if they both have equal values. Well, that would be the value associated with the key A, right? If that is equal, right? That's comparison. To the value that the key B has, right? And it looks like that, right? Well, what am I going to do then? Well, I'm going to delete I'm going to delete that key, and I'm going to delete that key. So again, I only do that if and only if both those if conditions are true. I'm going to delete both of those keys. Okay. And let's see what we got. Alrighty, so once again, checking to see if both keys are in the dictionary, checking to see if the value associated with each key is equal to the value associated with the other key, then therefore deleting both of the keys and the values that are associated with them, then return the dictionary. And then I believe these are all the test cases, and let's see what happens. Does this look right? The first one should be C cake. The next one should be the A and B are both there, and the last one should be A, B, and C are both there. So are all there. So that looks pretty good. That looks like the right output. Yeah. So I don't know how this is going here. I've done. How many have I done? How many have I done? I've done like 3 or 4. Let me just do like 1 or 2 at the end, because maybe those are the ones that are giving people problems. So let's take a look at this one. Given a string of non-empty, or list of non-empty strings, return string for each string as first character with this last character. Okay, so code gets CE, bug gets BG, man gets MN, moon, main. They're all the same ones. So each time you do it, it just overwrites. In fact, anything with the letter M is just gonna have whatever the last kind of key is or whatever, because it just gets overwritten. So if I go like M A and then I go M B and I go M C, you don't see 3 different keys of M there. You only see M C at the end of it. You know, it just gets overwritten. You can't have 2 different values associated with the same key, kind of like a function in math. All right, so what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? This thing's called pairs. So I'm going to call this guy pairs, right? So that's what they call it. And then what they put in as a parameter, I don't know, we call it list 1, because it's a list. It's not a dictionary. So I got to iterate through this list, and there's going to be a bunch of words in there. Now I'm going to put those words into a dictionary. So let me go ahead and make an empty dictionary right now, because that's where I got to put the words into. So I'm going to say for word in list 1. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? Is that a nice way to iterate through list 1? And I'm grabbing words, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the first letter of each word as the key, right? And then I'm going to put the last letter of each word, which we can access by -1, as the value, right? And when I'm done with that, I'm going to return the dictionary, right, that we have built, or created. And that's it. That's all that is. That's all it is. But people got real confused on that. Really confused. So I'm going to just copy this. All right, so there we go. What do you think? What do you think? Looks like all the test cases. Let's run it. And looks pretty good. Looks like the same thing, right? So, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of tough because I'm kind of just flying through there and just saying, hey, this is the way to do it. And maybe you have some questions about it, how things are working or why they're working that way. But I think a lot of stuff we should understand, we should know. We should know how to get the first letter in a string. We should know how to get the last letter in a string. We should know how to iterate through a string. Like all that stuff really shouldn't be too revolutionary. You know? All right, last one, best one. What is this? Word append. Loop over the given array of strings to build a result. Oh, this one's pretty tough. When a string appears as second, fourth, sixth, seventh, eighth, append the string to the result. Return the empty string of no. String appears a second time. So, my result is a string of the letters, but I only deal with them the second time, so every other time. So I saw a lot of people deal with this actually in a way that did not use a dictionary. Okay, but I mean, here we are in the dictionary, day one kind of thing. So chances are there's a way to do this using a dictionary. And I think one way to do this would be just to say to myself, well, yeah, that's interesting. It's interesting how this comes out here, though. ACAR. Oh, ACAR, I'm sorry. Well, wait, doesn't A show up twice? Oh, that's why you get the A there. Yeah, I'm not seeing something, I can't see the example where, like right now all the A's are showing up together, and then, so I don't see one where like, oh, I'm supposed to get an A and then a B and then an A and then a B, so alternate that way. So to me, this can be done just by taking the strings and then counting up how many times they occur, and then for every like 2 times they occur, adding that string to the result. That's kind of the way I saw it, but maybe I could be sort of missing something. But if so, it doesn't really become a dictionary problem; it becomes more of just a list problem. So I'm assuming they want us to do it the way I'm thinking. So again, I'm going to take a list of values here, right, in this word append. A list of values, right? And let's just do this first. Let's just create a dictionary of how many times each string occurs, right? So I'm going to make this dictionary. I'm going to go for, I don't know if it's a letter or key. I guess it's a key. How about that? Key and list 1. If the key is not in list 1, right, we can put it into, or I'm sorry, not list 1, but dict 1. Then we can put it in dict 1 with a value of 1, because we just found it for the first time, right? Otherwise, it's already in there, and so we can just increment the value that's already there. So dict 1 key equals just 1 key plus 1, right? Or plus equals 1, right? And then we could return the dictionary. So let's just do this first, and let's see where we're at. So I'm just gonna run this thing, and to test. Oh, unexpected ended. Where? Oh, that was weird. Okay. So as I ran, so watch what happens here when I take, let's say we take something like this. Now remember, my program right now is not going to completely solve this, right? It's just going to give me a dictionary with however many times the key appears, right? So if I do something like this right now, I get a dictionary that has A as 4, B as 1, C as 1, and D as 1. Now, what I'm saying is that I'm going to use this information to construct my results, right? And my results should be 2 A's. Do you agree? So when I kind of go back and look at this, is it fair to say that if the value is less than 2, that this thing's not even going to make it into the string, into the result, right? It's only if the value is greater than 2. And then we got to decide, well, how many times is it going to go in there, And like, for example, what if A was 5? How many times should A show up? Well, A should still only show up 2 times because you need 2 occurrences, right? So just having one more is not going to give me another one. So it's for every 2 times. And that's where integer division could potentially be helpful, because if I say 4 integer division 2, it's 2. But if I say 5 integer division 2, it's also 2, right? So my feeling is that the number of times something is going to show up is going to be this value integer division 2. And one way to do that would be to take okay, this is probably going to be tricky for you guys. But let me just say this. Let's say the dictionary name is X, right? If I take X index A, right? Okay, what do you think? I want 2 A's. I really want to multiply the key times, so the key is A, right? I want to multiply that times the value I get from the key, right? Integer division 2. Yeah, see how, oh, because I